Did no one teach you to knock, Merlin? This level of arrogance is unacceptable. I'll have you dismissed. Wait. How did you even get in here? This room should be protected by magic.
Madame Durella, I strongly suggest you calm down and listen. As an envoy of the Lightbearer Empire, I am placing you under investigation.
What? On what grounds?
I obtained a report from you. It details your direct dealings with the Adamant Syndicate. It also confirms that you released a malefic wraith during the court mage selection exam, deliberately misdirected the investigation, and endangered students. And you broke into Magister Merlin's tower, stealing multiple memory stars containing sealed hypofiends. One of them matches the hypofiend Eston tamed earlier today.
How did you get that?
Madame Durella, do you have anything to say in your defense?
I was framed.
Framed? The evidence is consistent and well documented.
No. Mr. Aurelian, please, tell them the truth. You're a respected member of the Academy Board. They'll listen to you.
As I mentioned earlier, my visit is prompted by a series of recent operational irregularities at the Lyceum.
What?
Since you assumed office, administrative problems have surfaced one after another. First, the missing hypofiends, then the magic contracts, and now the speech loss cases. These are signs of mismanagement and a lack of accountability. Initially, I considered it a matter of inexperience, but now I'm inclined to suspect deliberation. In short, I see no path to continued cooperation. Board regulations oblige me to propose a replacement.
Aurelian, you...
Envoy Evie, please escort her. Time is a scarce resource, and as a board member, I have far more pressing matters than entertaining excuses.
Madame Durella, given the severity of these charges, you're facing a lengthy imprisonment. The public office's detention ward isn't as elegant as this place, but it will give you plenty of time to think, and perhaps come up with better explanations.
No! Aurelian! You said everything would be fine! You expect me to take all the blame? I won't! If I fall, you fall with me. Merlin, Envoy Evie, he's the one behind all of this. Franz worked for him. The magic contracts were his design. The speech loss outbreak was planned long in advance. Even the Grand Mentor is aligned with him. I was coerced into cooperation. No, manipulated. He's the real mastermind behind all this, and he's a member of the Adamant Syndicate.
Merlin, you've likely suspected my affiliation all along. Since that suspicion exists, we may as well lay everything on the table. A successful merchant, after all, must possess methods best left discreet, and advantages sufficient to secure victory. Wouldn't you agree?
What have you done? Why is our magic disappearing?
Ah, a small clarification. Magic, like capital, never truly disappears. It only changes hands. In this case, to me.
But I never signed a magic contract.
You should know a successful merchant always has a few tricks of his own. Your true name is recorded on the contract, simply not by your own hand.
You can steal someone's magic just by knowing their name?
An astute observation, Merlin. What a shame. I had hoped to collect another batch of magic from the Grand Mentor. Those students drift through their studies without understanding magic's essence. Power like that, left unguided, is little more than waste. The Adamant Syndicate, the Mithril Consortium, they're merely platforms, channels for opportunity. Merlin, would you care to join forces? Together, we could become the greatest mages in all of Asperia. Alliances shift with the market. My offer remains, should circumstances inspire reconsideration. I am Aurelian, one of the 7 elders of the Adamant Syndicate. Greed is my title and my mask. I've observed you closely. From the moment we met at the Serene Lyceum, I knew you were no ordinary individual. You learn quickly, adapt faster, and rarely miss an opportunity presented to you. Qualities essential to any successful merchant. Greed is natural. Desire is not something to deny. Harness it, and you can gain far more than you ever imagined. Should you ever decide to manage it, my door remains open. Then our discussion ends here. Pity. I prefer win-win partnerships, but if cooperation is no longer on the table, I'll simply claim the win myself. Did you really think you'd walk away the winner? You can't escape my contract. I know your true name. Your magic is mine! Merlin? That is not your name?
But Aurelian is yours, right?
Why is my contract failing on you? Your real name is not Merlin, nor is it that. What is your real name?
You'll have plenty of time to do that behind bars.
Fine. I admit defeat. But don't think you'll always be the winner.
That's enough for now. We'll save the rest for the official interrogation. Magister Merlin, now that we've exposed the speech loss incident as Aurelian's scheme, and with his magic drained, the contracts are now void. The affected student should make a full recovery. I'll have these two taken to the Office of Public Order for holding, then begin their interrogations. What will you do now? All right, let's hope everything is back in order. We also need to wrap up the situation with Professor Zoria. Now that we have the true culprit for the headmaster's death, and the mastermind behind the missing Hypofiend, Zoria's in the clear. Once the interrogation is over and the evidence confirmed, I'll release her immediately. She should be able to return to school in a few days. I'll make sure this leaves no stain on her record. Aurelian has his connections. I have mine. Until next time, then.
I never realized how great it feels to just speak. I was going to see the Grand Mentor, but then I heard the first students he treated were losing their magic. I thought I'd never be able to speak again. None at all. I'm fully recovered. No problems at all.
Hello, Professor Merlin. The students have fully recovered. Tura above, I'm so glad. Professor Merlin, I imagine you had a hand in resolving this issue? We're fortunate to have you at the Serene Lyceum. Once you return to teaching, I'm sure the classrooms will be packed again. I was just looking for you. The students have been cured. I see. I never imagined the ones behind these incidents had the same mastermind. I've heard of Aurelian. He's a member of the school board. A board member, conspiring with the acting headmistress to do this.
It's a disgrace to the Serene Lyceum. Thank you for helping set things right.
The students who were losing magic from Eston's treatment have stabilized, but we should still monitor them for a while. I'll prepare potions to help repair their bodies, but the magic they've already lost, that's irreversible.
Let's hope they've learned a lesson. Students should understand there's no shortcuts in magic.
True. We might finally get a few days of peace. By the way, with Durella's arrest, the Lyceum is without a headmaster again. Looks like we'll need to appoint a new one soon. Merlin?
With one headmaster dead and the acting headmistress arrested, you have a point.
Being a competent head of the Lyceum is no simple task. They need to manage the school, keep things running smoothly, and oversee the students' learning, lives, and safety, as well as balance all the factions, upholds the school's reputation and honor.
And secure funding for the school. That little runt? Maybe in 10 years. Maybe after I bask in the sun for a bit, the warm air will help me think of someone. How about you, Celise?
I do have someone in mind.
Magister Merlin, it's been ages! Are you here to see who's gonna be the next headmaster, too? Well, I think anyone would be better than Madame Durella.
I seriously can't believe the acting headmistress worked with outsiders to hurt students. If she hadn't been caught, the Lyceum would have been totally messed up.
So, who do you think will be the next headmaster?
Maybe Professor Fernando? Or Professor Victor? What do you think?
I don't know. Neither of them really has experience running a school, right? Shouldn't it be someone who does?
I think it should be Professor Zoria. I mean, she's the oldest teacher here now. And I heard she even taught you once, Magister Merlin.
What? She taught Magister Merlin? Then... yeah. I think it should be Professor Zoria too.
Hey! Weren't you just saying you couldn't decide?
You two, stop arguing already! Don't bicker in front of Magister Merlin. That's rude.
Magister Merlin, you wouldn't happen to be our new headmaster, would you? I see. That's a shame. If you were headmaster, that'd be incredible. I mean, headmaster of the Serene Lyceum, Magister Merlin? Just hearing it sounds impressive. Still, if I got a vote, I'd definitely nominate Professor Solis. She's gentle, approachable, and incredibly patient. I think she understands us. She knows what we're thinking and how to guide and teach us. And she never gets mad at students, let alone gives out unfair punishments. If she were the headmistress, maybe the school rules wouldn't be so bad.
Oh, oh, your name escapes me again. I'll just call you Merlin. Seems the recent trouble at the Lyceum has kept you quite busy. Just as I'd expect from Merlin. Once the new headmaster starts, the Serene Lyceum should return to normal. Then I can finally go back to teaching in peace. As for my recommendation, Professor Zoria. She's one of the most senior instructors here, second only to former headmaster Lemar. Her qualifications and standing are beyond question. Her classes are very popular, and she's well respected by the students. They may be intimidated by her, but almost no one dislikes her lessons. She's also deeply respected among the faculty. She often mentors newer professors and shares her experience. Everyone trusts her judgment. The board once considered appointing her as deputy headmistress, but she declined, saying it would interfere with her teaching. If she's chosen this time, even if only as deputy headmistress, I really hope she accepts. I honestly can't think of anyone more suitable.
Thanks to you, the affairs at the Serene Lyceum have been resolved. You should start considering your next journey. The Adamant Syndicate has meddled too deeply in dark magic. Their motives remain unclear. They are not to be ignored. Siren, as the chief court mage, maintains close ties with the royal family and nobility. There will undoubtedly be more turmoil ahead. We must be prepared. As Merlin, you've always borne great responsibility. However, I do admit you truly deserve a good rest. I don't recall you ever taking interest in such matters. If memory serves, you were once the student who nearly drove Headmaster Lemar to resign in despair. So, what is it about the election that concerns you? I agree. The Serene Lyceum must never fall into the hands of someone like Durella again. An incident like the magic contract issue must not happen again. That said, administration and teaching are entirely different disciplines. A beloved teacher is not necessarily a capable administrator. An administrator must persuade the board, balance competing interests seeking to exploit the position, and restore confidence among faculty and students. Wisdom, eloquence, and trust. These are the reasons Headmaster Lemar was competent, not me. The board is more likely to appoint someone transferred from another institution or someone with prior administrative experience. Either way, I will abide by the board's decision. If an outsider or administrator takes the role, I will assist from the sidelines. And if for unforeseen reasons my name does appear on the list, I'm not entirely without experience. After all, I acted as Headmaster Lemar for a period of time. There is one more thing concerning your two familiars. They came to discuss with me. They wish to remain at the Academy.
Magister, now that everyone knows you're Merlin, you'll be the target of a lot of forces. Some really dangerous.
As your familiars, we need to grow strong enough to help you. If we can't, we might end up being a weak spot instead of a shield. Magister, even if we'll miss you a lot, we don't want to hold you back anymore.
That is precisely why they sought me out. They wish to study here and temper themselves under my guidance. I will personally mentor them, teaching both magical theory and combat. Their study period will be indefinite. Once they pass my examination, they may return to your side. Correct. I will not lower my standards simply because they're your familiars.
You don't need to worry. Chippy will train every day. We want to return to your side as soon as we can and adventure with you again.
Then it's settled. Merlin, thank you for all you've done. In the future, if needed, I will await you here again under the name of Bedivere. Just as you answered my call this time, I will forever answer your summons.
Goodbye! Next time we meet, we'll be an extra amazing Chippy and Hammy!
Magister, we'll write to you often.
May your journey ahead be smooth.